going on, everyone? Sly here with Flo and D. Just one, baby. Man, that was a crazy ass game, man. My voice is gone, man. That was insane. Always going to be a battle between the Niners and the Raiders, except for the last one. But what do you guys say? I'll let you guys take it off. Whoever wants to go, man, go. My voice is gone.
Just first of all, like you were saying, touch on, it was a crazy game. Very proud of our offense. I felt that they really handled it tonight. I thought our defense was lacking a little bit. One person I do want to call out that I've been over like the videos and time, Kyle Shanahan, man. I just like fuck, dude. He just pisses me off, man. What? He just can't call the simple fucking plays, man. He's never gonna get the job done, man. And he almost lost us the game at the end when they did that play action at the end. To make a simple fucking run, win easy, win ugly, doesn't matter. Instead, we almost got picked up towards the end. Didn't even almost had a chance to have that field goal. I'm telling you guys, like he's not gonna win it for us.
If there's a time to call Shanahan, this ain't the time, man, because we scored over 37 points. That's a shitload of points right now. I'll call it the defense, man. The defense. It just doesn't look the same. When Kevin Givens is out, not there, you could tell because we're not getting to the pass rush. The only one that saved us at the end was Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa, right, absolute beast, deserves the MVP, defensive MVP, because without him, we're not going to win that game. Him and Kerry Hyder were the only two really getting pressure all game. The Raiders kept marching down the field. Yeah. I think they had over 500 yards of offense, the Raiders. Heck no, we can't be having that happen. So we got to clean a lot of things up. But the offense, man, Christian McCaffrey, beast. Purdy's playing like a freaking veteran, man. The guy's a monster. He's probably going to win Rookie of the Week again.
And Brandon Ayuk.
Brandon Ayuk.
He was huge for us.
He started off slow because he dropped that one ball, but after that, he was on fire. The routes he was running, he was just schooling the Raiders cornerback. So absolutely beautiful. I love that. Offense was amazing though. Offensive line, we saw what happened with Banks. Hopefully he's all right. But Brunskill came in and still gave holes, man. McCaffrey, Jordan Mason was getting good runs. TDP, he got a good freaking nice 8-yard run. So offensive line was really great. Brock Purdy, man, just got to give it to him, man. Absolutely stud, baby. He might be our quarterback of the future.
Yeah, for the defense, I thought also Greenlaw, he did also look pretty good.
He got hurt.
He got hurt a little bit. He got landed on the arm. But for the guys, I think that Ufanga, I just didn't think
something's up, man.
Yeah, something's up. That's three games in a row. He got toasted.
And that's why I like him playing at the line more. I don't know if he's a true safety. The thing about Tart is he never got those interceptions, but his ass would never get beat deep. Hufanga seems to be getting deep every week. That's 3 weeks in a row, like you said. And it's happened earlier in the season, too. So something's got to happen there. He's got to guard his man. I know he likes interceptions, but you can't be giving up touchdown after touchdown after touchdown because you're looking downfield. Guard your guy, man, because you can't be having that, especially when the playoffs are coming right now. So, Flo, you got anything?
All I got to say, man, what a way to start the new year, man. For a game that we thought was going to be close, but not that close, for it to come down to overtime, Phil to win it, man, that's crazy. Like you guys said, Brandon Ayuk, man, I think this is probably his best game since that Dallas Cowboy game in the playoffs. Like Sly was saying, man, nobody could stay in front of him. He was just beating them right off the line. He looked like a beast. He started early with that drop, but after that, man, he looked like a number one receiver. Me and you talked about at the beginning of the year that he had the potential to be a Pro Bowler because he has that kind of like skill set, and he's showing it recently with Debo out. He's definitely stepping up. For me, the bad thing was my boy, man.
Your boy, man.
He's been playing great all season, but
toasted,
today, man,
Adams,
Waller,
he's gonna get the beast. Adams did have the record today.
They were kind of just like dogging him today. Like, he looks small compared to them. I don't know why, but this has been pretty much the one game.
No. I must say, last week he was giving us some big plays against the Washington Commanders. Remember that too?
Yeah, they just didn't take advantage.
They did, but he was freaking getting toasted. So it's like 2 games in a row. And I was watching KNBR after the game. Fred Warner, he was talking about. He said 2 weeks in a row this defense hasn't showed up. So he's talking about it. He knows it, and they're saying it. So hopefully they get in the locker room and they clean this up because playoffs are coming, and we have the best defense, but I think they gave up over 500 yards altogether. But at the end of the day, though, we got a gun. When it came down to it, man, Nick Bosa at the end. Nick Bosa at the end, man, getting that pressure on Stidham, who was killing us. And then Gibson with the interception, man, absolutely love it, man. Absolutely love it.
And you touched on earlier, so my 3 takeaways, I said Shanahan, I said, what's it called?
Ufanga.
The third one was Fred Warner.
That face mask.
Well, there was a couple calls too. The face mask, and there was another one. I think it was pass interference. He's got to realize he's our leader. And I know there's going to be games where their calls are not going to be going their way. But when he's over there, like with a face mask call, he was complaining to the ref. He was like pissed off. The defense feeds on that energy. And today our defense didn't show up. But he's got to be the guy to rally up the troops. And he's got to feed up that energy. And he saw what happened. Like with Nick Bosa, he wouldn't even get into the hole. They were like making sure that they were locking him down. And so with Fred Warner, he's got to be that guy to get everybody together. When he's there complaining and things are not going his way, it's not the time to like have that bad energy, because then it feeds off to everybody. And man, it took us, I want to say, for that touchdown drive, it took us about 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes. The Raiders did it, got to the red zone within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's just like one thing right there is just like, you got to look when it's like time to win. It's like, hey, you know what? We made a bad call. Next play. We can't let that bad energy get to us, because we don't know who we're going to face during the playoffs. It's kind of switching off right now. We saw like the Redskins are officially out, or Commanders, sorry, you know, whatever. But we can't be playing like that coming to the playoffs. We gotta get it locked down. And these are the games where I was telling you guys that we are supposed to win these games, and these are the games that the Raiders got nothing to lose, man. I know this was the game, if they won, they were still in the playoff mix, but they got nothing to lose. That's why they were going for it all. They were trying to win this fucking game. And so for us, like, we got to just realize that we can't just, we got to build to the playoffs. We got to start making those stupid calls, and we just got to build on it, because come playoff time, we can't be making those mistakes, because we don't know. I know the Eagles have lost today, so we don't know if we're going to get that first, second seed, but most likely we might have to play away. So this is like, imagine, because the Raiders, we have 60% of the fans in the Vegas Coliseum.
Yeah.
Imagine if we're in the Minnesota or Philadelphia with the away team, and we make those stupid plays. Those crowds are going to get crazy, especially in Minnesota. It gets super loud in there, so we can't have those plays right there. We got to like stay together, and we got to keep moving forward.
Yeah, and I think D'Amico Ryan's got to do something else, man. We were rushing forward almost the whole game. It wasn't getting there. We weren't getting the pressure. It didn't come to Nick Bosa at the end, but we need to start sending some freaking heat. If no one's getting there, something's got to happen. You know, we got to change it up. And it seemed like we just had 4 guys rushing, and then I don't know what we were playing, man, zone. He had all day. Stidham had all day to throw. And it wasn't until the end where we finally started getting pressure. Hyder started getting pressure. Bosa started getting pressure, because the offensive line was tired as hell. So finally we were getting pressure. But I don't know, man. I want Kevin Givens to come back right now, because I know he was really a help. And Omenuhu, man, I need to see more of him. He was, for like a 4 or 5 game stretch, the guy was getting pressure all the time. He's the one that won the game for us against the Chargers when he got that pressure. I think he had like 8 pressures that game, and he was consistent. Now I haven't seen him in a while, man. Omenuhu's got to come in, because he's a good player, man. This is a contract year. You got to get paid next year, so I need him to step it up. Like I said, I like what Kerry Hyder did. Who else was? Jordan Willis kind of was off too. He was kind of last week. He was a beast, but really
it wasn't until that 4th he finally.
He got the holding call, which against them, so that was good. But other than that, like you said, the 4th quarter, that's when we started getting a little pressure, because before that, man, Stidham was having all day to throw, and then they were wide ass open. Devontae Adams, other people. But our offense, man, you got to give it to them, because they won this game. Remember at the beginning of the year, we kept talking about it, how the defense is always winning these games for us. Finally, this was the first game that the offense won the damn game for us, you know? So it's a different team. And I'm going to say right now, out of the 3 quarterbacks we saw this year, Brock Purdy's done the best, man. I'm not sure if any of those other guys would have done that. And I got to give it all to him, man. And you guys see the press conference after the game, just calm as a collective. Oh, it was a cool game.
I was going to say, man, the pressure didn't seem like it got to him, man. I just liked how he seemed. He seemed calm, collective. Obviously, the Niners, we've been in a few of these kind of games that have come down to the wire. So I like that going into the playoffs, because you know you're not going to win big in the playoffs. So we have that experience closing out games. And then with Purdy, a rookie, to like Sly said, look that composed, man. I was like, oh shit, this is like Brady-ish, you know?
And I was thinking that too, because I was thinking in my head when it was that last 2 minutes, it was like 50 seconds left, right? Yeah. And I was like, damn, is this guy going to be like Brady? Or was it going to be like Jimmy? Remember when we played Seattle at home, where like he's going to do it, that he almost threw those 2 interceptions? Purdy, man, he was just right down the middle, laser throws, like no fear. Yeah,
he pretty much should have won us the game in the end of the 4th quarter, but obviously Robbie Gould freaking shanked that field goal. But he redeemed himself. Yeah. Obviously Gibson set us up, big pick. Big Bosa.
Nick Bosa was the one.
But still, sometimes those guys don't finish it. So he finished the playoff, and he should have scored that touchdown, but it's all good.
Yeah. And this is one of those games where you guys touched on with Brock Purdy. if he would have lost his game, I guarantee you some of the people would have been talking like, oh, you know what? Like, because I know there's been like a little bit of talks about Jimmy G maybe coming back like playoff time.
Yeah,
But this is one of those that I don't think it's going to happen.
Nope.
But this is one of those games where if he would have lost today, those conversations would have been up and it would have been distractions.
Yeah.
And so for him just to stay like dialed in to get this W was super huge. And one of the plays that was crazy because I was watching it with a couple of Raider fans because we are in California, so it's a little bit of red and black over here. Is when he dropped Pat and they were pressuring him, and then he turned to the right and then turned to the left and then threw it away.
Oh, yeah.
Almost gave up a sack towards like the 20-yard line. That was a huge play right there because not a lot of awareness. Most quarterbacks, like Jimmy G, probably he would have got sacked.
Mm-hmm.
And so for him just to have that awareness, just to throw that ball away, and then he made some plays. Obviously, Brandon Ayuk was his target today, Kittle. But you saw Juwan Jennings, he had some plays down. McLeod, he also had some good runs in there. You saw the running backs, McCaffrey, TDP, you mentioned. So everybody was getting involved. Even Juice had a good run up the middle. And so everybody was flowing today. This is like one of those games I've been touched on, like in the Cardinals game, where the whole offense was kind of connecting. And so moving forward, because once we get Devo back, we're just going to be more dangerous. And he was listed as questionable, but last minute it was doubtful. So guys like Brandon Ayuk, they stepped up today, but it was really cool to see like everybody involved, and then how they were just like, you know what? When he threw that pick from Kittle still went up to him. He's like, hey, I got you. Let's go. We still got this. And we were down, I think, we were barely come back by 3.
Yeah.
And so that was a huge play because those type of plays, they go either way. But the fact that they got faith in him. And so with Purdy, like, I just love that he was super composed, got the whole offense, and that they really shined today as far as getting this W.
I think the key, for me, the biggest play of the game was we're down 3, was like 7-8 minutes left. Kerry Hyder tips the ball up in the air, and Drake Jackson interceptions. Completely changed. We got the field goal at the end, and they didn't get nothing. Then we came back and took the lead again. So.
And they saw him. He was like,
he's like, where did I came out of nowhere? He came out of nowhere. So, yeah, man, it was great. You know, just got to keep it up, man. This is a big week coming up. We can't have a letdown. We're going to be at home. You're going to be at the game, right?
Yeah, so I'll be there next week.
Yeah, so we got to win.
I would have been there today, but unfortunately with the pricing of the tickets, I would have had to soul delivered just to make those, like, the pricing for the tickets is, like, ridiculous. Just to get the nosebleeds, it's like $3,000.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't worth it for me, but I'll be there next week for the Cardinals game.
So we got to win that game because right now we're at the 2nd seed, and if the Eagles lose next week, we win. We're the number 1 seed, baby, going into the playoffs. So everything happened that we wanted to happen. Happened. It kind of didn't happen the way we thought it was going to be. We thought we were going to kind of win at least by 10. By 10, I said by 10. I didn't think we were going to blow them out, but fudge, man, they put up a fight. But oh man, imagine if they had Stidham at the beginning of the year.
Man, he did. I think he, if I'm not mistaken, he played behind Brady and that was during the whole Cam Newton era. And it's so like, man, if he learned a little bit from that, it kind of showed tonight. I thought they did really good with him, and so that's what kind of like worried me. I knew they weren't gonna blow him out. I thought it was gonna be like how you said, like a 10-point lead around there. But man, that guy came to win, and that the whole offense like completely different. And even during what I noticed was the interviews where I think it was Waller, a lot of the Raider fans really went after him because they thought he was going to have Derek Carr's back. And he was like, no, let's see what's going to happen with Stidham. Stidham. And that's what my friends call it. They call it Stidham, and all the Raider fans.
and that's kind of what Purdy, man. People were talking about him, like when he came up, they were like, Fred Warner was like, dude, this guy's a beast in practice. So we're not even tripping that he's coming in here. And that's kind of the same situation. And Purdy, man, it's crazy that a rookie is kind of like our leader now. He's our leader. Like, you know, those other games where it's like the defense, they're the ones that lead us. But this guy, he made some clutch passes, and I love it, man. I think we have a chance with this guy. As long as our defense goes back to how we were before these last 2 weeks, this team is not a team to be messed with because now we have a defense and an offense that's rolling. So we'll see, man. Pretty much go for it.
Lastly, I want to give a shout out to the Niner fans because they showed out to Vegas about it looked like it was about 80% of the fans there because when they showed the TV screen it was all red and you really heard them like when Juice made that run you hear the whole crowd Juice and so it was just really cool that the fans showed out tonight and so they were a big part of this away game and so all season you guys been traveling, you guys been there and that's what's been really helping us in the away games that they've been like making like the effort just to like show some love to our team and be there. And so hopefully that let's continue this ride next week, and then we continue this momentum for the playoffs.
Yeah, man. So that's what we got, man. And also a shout out to everybody out there that commented on the last video about when we went 60% Niner fans. A whole bunch of people were commenting that they were going to the game. So it's cool, man, to see that. And that's pretty much what we got, man. We got to win next week. We'll take the win. We hate the Raiders, man. So, yeah, this is a great way to start the new year, baby. Let's go. So that's what I got. I'm Sly here with Flo and D. And that's what we got, man. Go Niners. Peace.